Hello, everyone, and welcome to Lemire Field for today's Division I NHIAA baseball game between the Trinity Pioneers and the Concord Crimson Tide. I'm Kyle Hevig, back with you for Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage on this terrific Tuesday. And Ollie Service will try to make this terrific with a start here on the mound for the Pioneers, who are 12-3, looking to get 4 straight wins in a row. They've already won 8 in a row, and a long, hard-hit ball that will be nearly caught, but will be go foul there. Tristan Lucier playing out in right field today, doing his best Superman impression, but unable to get the catch, and now a 1-1 count. Concord Crimson Tide with Trevor Craig, their star athlete, leading things off. He'll be out in center field today. And a really good battle here between two phenomenal athletes here in Division I sports, and a foul ball that will head towards the cars. And nearly hit a fan walking across the street. Didn't see it coming here and nearly hit him. But now Ollie's got Trevor on the ropes here with a 1-2 count. A little ground ball that's going to make its way to third. Easy throw across, and he is out. Umpires for today haven't even gotten a chance to even talk about them, but with authority on the field with Adam Rozemek, and Frank Say will be the behind the mound. So a 5-3 putout and a good throw here across the diamond by none other than Nolan Levine, something that we've come accustomed to here from the third base side. And now we'll see what Cale Washburn can do. Cale, the second baseman. Ollie gets a sign. Throws a fastball inside. Doing the catching duties here, as always, Hunter Henderson. Hunter setting up outside. And a little curveball that will be fouled across the street again. So back-to-back counts with a 1-2. And Ollie looking to get himself a strikeout here. Shaking off Hunter. And now timeout called by Cale. Around the diamond here, at first base, Cal Lucier. Chris Sandarino back at second base. Nolan Levine at third. Shortstop, Connor Hurley. Out in left field will be Tristan Hasselbeck. Center field today will be Nason Duvall. And as we saw, Tristan Lucier, Superman himself, out there in right field. And Ollie able to get the strike 3 call, so 2 up, 2 down. And the Pioneers looking to make it a 1-2-3 inning, but they'll see the likes of Isaac Valancourt. Isaac is the catcher here for the Crimson Tide, and he will get to learn the strike zone from within the batter's box. Ollie delivers a fastball on the outside. Just does not reach the plate. Well, reaches the plate, but just outside. And a high heater that swing and a miss from Valancourt. Isaac got to know his parents really well over the years. They're wonderful people. Isaac's done a great job growing up. And now he's got a little soft Connor Hurley ranging out, and no one able to catch that as it gets out to center field, and Isaac able to get himself a single, and he will see if he can get around the batter's box. So great job by Valancourt, and now will be Kalen Williams, their designated hitter, hitting from the left side of the diamond, or left side of the plate. We'll try it around the diamond. Quick throw over to check on Isaac. Little slider on the outside corner, goes for a strike. A lot of silence here. Fouled into the backstop. Now 2 strikes now on Williams. Check on Valancourt, and he is gunned down at first. Ollie Service able to service himself here with a smile and is able to get the 3rd out. So Williams will have to wait, and now it's the Pioneers who will come up to bat. And shockingly enough, it will be Ollie Service who starts things off. Tristan Lucier and Chris Centerino will be the 1-2-3. We'll be back for the bottom of the 1st after this. Back here from Lemire Field, Manchester Public Television's high school baseball coverage here as the Pioneers will look to put a number up on the scoreboard here, and Ollie Service will lead things off, and he hits one out into right field, but it caught. So 1 pitch, 1 out, and it thought it might get over the second baseman's head of Cale Washburn, but I was incorrect, and now 1 down, and we'll see what Tristan Lucier can do. Tristan was a beast yesterday with the big 12-2 win over the Spalding Raiders as he hit a single, a triple, and was hit by a pitch. Takes a first pitch that's a little up above for a ball. My apologies, I listed the wrong Tristan. Lucier here had a single and 2 walks yesterday, so he was on base a lot. Did score 2 runs, including that big 5th inning that really sank Spalding. Trinity scored 8 runs in the 5th inning yesterday, so we'll see if they can continue their hot ways here. A little ground ball that stays fair and will go a long ways, and heading to second base for a stand-up double is Tristan Lucier. So Trinity looking to break open the run scoring here, and now it'll be number 3, Chris Centerino. Chris moving up a lot in the lineup today. Was hitting from the 9 spot yesterday and is now hitting from the 3 spot. So Coach Matt seeing something in Chris and see if he can produce here with a runner in scoring position. Chris had an RBI single in yesterday's game. I'd love to do it again here. A little soft over to second base. This will work for a sacrifice at least. And a 4-3 putout. And busy day here for Cale Washburn as he's able to get that to Will Sims. And now 2 down. But again, Lucier able to move over to third base. So we'll see if he can get 90 feet to score the game's first run. And it will be up to Connor Hurley to make this happen. Connor had the big RBI double to end the game yesterday. First pitch is a curve for a strike. Trying to use the whole field, as we're hearing Coach say. So see if he can go opposite field here. Drop one in. Left fielder is playing a little bit more shifted towards the center area. Pitch just a little outside. Hurley yesterday, 2 for 3, did strike out his first time up to bat in the first. Had a single, walked and doubled. And that is a balk for sure, as what a way to score the first run, as with the trickery of the Pioneers and Tristan Lucier, who started running towards home, and Rossetti tried to stop his motion and was unable to. So now a 1-0 lead here for the Pioneers, and Connor Hurley with a 1-1 count takes another curve for a strike. Always fun to see the lefty versus lefty battles. You can see that Brody has a very nasty curveball. Now hit the other way, does go opposite field. Third baseman catches that, and the throw across is in time. But after a double, a sacrifice, and a balk, the Pioneers take a 1-0 lead. We'll be back for the top of the second here on Manchester Public Television after this. The last batter in the first will be the first batter in the second, and that is Kalen Williams, who was on base when Isaac Valancourt was thrown out at first. So he will get his second try to hit off of Ollie's service. Ollie had an unorthodox 1-2-3 inning, did give up a single, but did a good job of getting that ball to Cal Lucier at first for that out. So now we'll see what the big DH here can do. Got some size. It's a short wall here in right field, so if he can send one deep. And Williams calls time for a moment. As now Henderson getting some signs from coach and setting up fastball that gets past Williams. You can see he's a little frustrated with that, kind of looking at it in his hands. They got to be quicker if he wants to hit off a service. And it hits him in the hand or the shoulder. Maybe it did not. I don't know if we're watching an Albert Bell or something like that here from the 90s, where Albert Bell did not want to go to first after getting hit. Apparently it just hit off of Henderson's glove. Now fouled towards the Bridge Street side of things here. Count now 2-2. Service inside. Took a couple happy steps towards first base, thinking that he got himself a K. But a count now will go full. Three-two, and he swings and misses. And after a couple extra pitches, Service is able to get himself his second K. And now there is one down here in the top of the second. And it will be the first baseman in Will Sims who will step into the left side batter's box again. 2 in a row here for the Crimson Tide. He fouls one into the cage that Trinity coaches will go over and get, so we'll have to wait for that ball to get back into play, as Trinity doing a good job of collecting all these foul balls at this point. So Ollie ahead in the count. Just misses on the fastball inside. Sims just going to tap one to first. This could be trouble. Actually, Cal Lucier is able to gobble it up and step on the bag in time. Wasn't sure if the grass was going to kill it. A little bit different than yesterday with the natural turf here at Lemire Field, slowing ground balls. Obviously, that would have made it to him easily at Gill, where we thought we might be playing, but instead we are back here in the nice confines of Lemire Field. Cam Burbank now the batter. Burbank takes a pitch on the outside, so the count goes to 1-1. Cam is their shortstop, and hitting from the 6th spot. Swing and a miss there. Burbank down in the count, 1-2. Service trying to get his 3rd K. Fouled into the cage. Appreciate that protective metal caging, as that would have come right at me. Henderson looks at his wrist guard. I'll try to do it again. 1-2. Just outside, try to get him chasing, but didn't like it. Service now comes back at it, fouls back, so seems like Burbank likes the fastball. It's just not hitting the meat of the bat, hitting the top of it. So 2-2 count. Get him looking there. And Ollie Service gets himself his third K. And the Trinity Pioneers, with their 1-0 lead, will see what their bats can do, as it'll be Hasselbeck, Lucier, and Levine due up in the bottom of the second. Back with more here from Lemire Field after this. Back here from Lemire Field as Trinity looking to pad their lead here with a 1-0 first pitch, though, to Tristan Hasselbeck. Is called a strike, as strike zone seems pretty wide today. Not too ridiculous, but it's still... And upstairs, Tristan yesterday was the one who had the single, triple, and was hit by a pitch. Quick moment there for Brozy Rossetti to not be too distracted by the wonderful sounds of music that we're trying to make still have Trinity feel like a home field advantage with the music between innings and everything like that. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nice curve that stays right at the letters. Tristan does not agree with that one bit. So he takes a look over at Coach Matt, his third base coach. And now he's going to send one out to the gap. Center fielder ranging back and is able to catch that. A long run, and apologize for my camera focusing more on the fence and not the player, but a sensational catch right there. I did not think that Trevor Craig was going to be able to get there in time, and he was able to catch that for the first out. So winds not really too big of a factor here today. It's beautiful weather, sitting about 72 degrees, but the winds here up on the hilltop at Derryfield Park, not that big of an issue. And now we'll see what Cal Lucier can do here when the hitting from the 6th spot. Takes the first pitch outside. Cal yesterday went 0 for 3. The only Pioneer player who did not get on base in that big 12-2 victory. And he skies one up, ranging over, and this one will not come down in the field of play, and will get a new baseball and continue the at-bat. Cal did have a big sacrifice fly in that 5th inning that brought in the 9th run. Curveball there by Brody Rossetti does not connect. So Rossetti gives him a outside fastball that swings foul. Battle going on here. Helicopters flying in the air from the trees above us. Rossetti takes a breath. Now delivers. And another foul ball. Keeping both sides busy here with collecting foul balls. Again, a 2-2 count. Cal Lucier fighting things off. And now he's going to send one out into left field for an opposite field single. Great piece of hitting, being patient, following off a number of pitches. And Cal, who again did not get a single yesterday, gets one here in the 2nd inning. So moving him around is got to be nice to have that. And now getting some signs here is Nolan Levine. Nolan yesterday on base all 3 times. He got on up to bat. 2 singles and a hit by pitch. And see if Nolan can do the singles. Obviously, we don't want to hit by pitch First pitch upstairs for ball one. And now coming back on the opposite side of the plate for a strike. And now we're going to have a little bit of a discussion here between Valancourt and Rossetti. They want to make sure that they're on the same page here with what they're thinking. A little different with a base runner at first base. And if Rossetti has a nice pickoff move, we'll see if he is able to try to go to first. Will Sims has to be ready now for sure, as left-handers, if they have a good pickoff move, as we're seeing here from Brody. Pitch outside, count goes 2-1. Levine matching gloves and tape on his bat. Nice frame job by Valancourt, but does not get the call, and now count goes 3-1. Hitters count here. And with a good bat of Nolan Levine, see if he swings away. Brody shaking off Valancourt. Inside, and after a leadoff fly ball that went for an out, two runners in a row are able to get on base, and that'll be up to Hunter Henderson to keep things going. The Campbell Cougar transfer will have to wait a few moments as Coach Josh Jarno comes out to quickly chat with his pitcher to discuss what's going on, what they're thinking, and how to get out of this jam. As this Trinity Pioneer squad, certainly when they get a little bit of blood, they try to seek more. And now with just one down, this is a big spot here for Henderson, who yesterday was able to get on base twice. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth and walked, and was a stolen base machine on that, scoring the run. Did also ground out two shortstops. So we'll see. The discussion has been had, and now back to the game at hand. Henderson certainly knows the strike zone at this point, having caught 2 innings. Takes a first pitch for ball one. Again, runners at first and second. Taken off, and a hit and run is on to perfection. Henderson sends it out to left field, and this will bring in another run. So beautifully played. Great timing by Henderson. Slashes that one out into left field as the third baseman had moved to go cover the bag, and it went right over where he had been standing. So again, runners will be at first and second, but now a 2-0 lead here as Speedy Cal Lucier, who was already running, came around to score. And great job by Hunter to get that. And now we'll see what Mason Duvall can do. Mason slides out of the way. Appreciated Mason. He spent yesterday pitching out of the bullpen, didn't come into the game, and then still made it to senior day for the Trinity girls lacrosse game. So great kid right here, and see if he can continue doing great things at this. And he sends one out into right field. Tough play, ranging over, and able to make the catch. The second baseman doing it all out there. And Cale Washburn gets another out in this contest. Great job by Mason to go opposite field, and the sun, a little bit of a factor in today, but it was able to catch that. And now we'll see if Ollie Service can help himself out. Ollie is 0 for 1 after lining out to Washburn at second base. Fouls it off of himself. Certainly felt that in the knee/quad area. Takes a couple practice swings. Again, bottom of the second, 2-0 Pioneers, 2 outs, and a attempt to catch Nolan Levine at second sleeping, but none of his teammates were there to catch it. And now Nolan will take off. The throw is towards the outside part of the bag, and Levine able to slide in safely. Was not a double steal, as still hanging out at first base is Hunter Henderson. We'll see if that was on purpose to try to get a little run down here and get the third run in. But Ollie Service now, chance to get himself an RBI. Brody sends one, and now hit deep into center field, range again. Trevor Craig has it fall down. Levine does score, now running over to third, and a big RBI single there from Ollie Service, and he helps the Pioneers go up 3-0. Trevor Craig thought he was going to do a diving catch to get it, and instead just one-hopped him, able to get that ball in quickly, and that's why Ollie was not able to move up to second base. So big steal right there, brings in that run from Levine as well. Now with a 3-0 lead, see what Tristan Lucier can do. Tristan had that big double last inning. Came home the game's first run thanks to that balk. Henderson at third. Now Ollie Service going to take off, and now a kneel attempt. And everyone's safe, but now we got Henderson, who is down and in some pain. Not a good thing right here for the Pioneers, as he has been such a crucial part. Looks like his ankle seems to be in some pain, and the trainer Brooklyn has come out to check on their catcher, and we are going to have to wait and see what's going on here, as Ollie Service did get safely to second base. And we'll take a quick break here from Lemire Field and make sure that the Pioneers will be okay, and be back with more. Hunter coming off the field on a tough limp here on his own power, not needing help from his teammates, coaches, or trainer. You see him throw the helmet. We'll see if his day is done, as he was at third base. And now we're waiting to see who the pinch runner will be, with, again, the Trinity Pioneers leading this game 3-0. Got a number of players on the roster here, and it looks like it's going to be Connor Sturgis who will come in and pinch run for him, as he stands at third base, trying to come home 90 feet to put the Pioneers up 4-0. But now it's going to be a tough spot to see who will catch in this spot as well. Tristan Hasselbeck has certainly some skills from the past before Henderson came in here, and this could be a tough one again, this is game 2 of 4 of the week here for Trinity, so really want to make sure that Hunter is able to get back and be okay. And still in the batter's box is Tristan Lucier with a 2-0 count. Again, runners now at second and third. And sent out. Will it stay fair? Oh, just narrowly goes foul. A long strike right there. So Tristan wants to get another pitch like that if he can, as that went a long ways, but now count goes 2-1. Brody with the pitch. Outside, first base is available. if they decide to walk him, as it will be a 3-1 count. Now fouls it towards the third base side, out of play. As it starts rolling down the hill here, I can kind of see it from my angle. Someone will go and get that. But obviously, the bench worried about Hunter for the time being. But now count goes 3 balls, 2 strikes, just 1 out here in this bottom of the second. And it goes for ball 4. So the bases are fully loaded of red jerseys here. And we'll see what Chris Centurino can do here. Big spot for Chris, who is 0 for 1 after grounding out to second base. It did work as a sacrifice. And now Valancourt will come out to talk to his pitcher and get things all squared away with Rossetti, as don't want this game to get too out of hand here in the second inning. Already down 3-0. So smart move by the very intelligent catcher of Concord. As we got a little disco dancing going on here. We'll see if Centurino can send that away. Gets himself into a groove here. And the first pitch outside for a ball. One thing we don't want from Chris is what he did yesterday in the 4th inning, hitting into a double play. Takes a strike there. Did not like the call on that. Frank says otherwise. One ball, one strike. Rossetti with a big deep breath. Now a little ground ball. This could be trouble. Oh, it gets past the third baseman. One run has come around. Another comes. And the Pioneers now lead this game 5-0. He's behind that pole, ladies and gentlemen, but a big RBI single right there by Chris Centurino. And you got to wonder if the third baseman wishes that he could caught that, as Patrick Owens had that just do a double hop past him, and he'll look for revenge as this inning will continue here. And now we'll see what Connor Hurley can do. Connor is 0 for 1 as well, having grounded out to third base. So we'll see if Owens can be ready for another one. And now sent out to center field. Craig sees that, fields it, and gets the out. So after 4 runs come across the board, it's the Pioneers who now have a 5-0 lead. We'll see what the 7-8-9 part of the Crimson Tide lineup can do as we head to the top of the third after this. Concord's Patrick Owen will start things off here in the top of the third, as the Crimson Tide only with 1 hit so far in this contest. And they'll try to get another one here with Owen fouling the first pitch into the backstop for strike 1. Nearly hits him as Owen has to come out and avoids getting a bruise here. Ollie certainly has some speed with his pitches. Now a little jam, and this is going to get into center field, but will be caught, though. Didn't know if it was going to drop or not, and it did not. And Mason Duvall is ready to go in center field for out number 1. And now it will be Rossetti who will come up to bat here, trying to help his own cause. Brody got the best of Ollie his first time up to bat. We'll see if Ollie can get the best of Brody on his first time up to bat. Wow. Beautiful fastball for strike 1. Count now 1-1, and Ollie certainly moves quickly on the mound. A little ground ball. Connor Hurley will have to go to the backhand, picks it up barehanded. The throw across to Cal Lucier is a good one. And after a weird hop on Connor, he is able to get the 6-3 out. And now quickly just 2 down, and it'll be Tyler Mayo who will come up to bat from the left side of the plate. Mayo takes first pitch outside. Tyler playing out in left field. Takes another pitch upstairs. Mayo. Unsure if any relation to Gerard Mayo. I see the former head coach of the New England Patriots, and Tyler is certainly feeling like this at-bat is very easy so far. 3-1 count. A lot of the pitches have been not anywhere close to the strike zone. And now it's Service who has to. And that will be the first walk given up by Ollie Service. And Tyler Mayo from the 9-hole gets himself on base with a 5-pitch walk. And back to the top of the lineup with Trevor Craig. Trevor grounded out to Nolan Levine for a 5-3 putout. It was 0 for 1. Now we'll see. Pitch does not curve. Now the ball kind of getting away. Santorino at second base has to field that. Quickly gets it back to Ollie. See if Ollie has a pickoff move again this time. And ball gets away, and now Mayo able to smoothly move up to second base. And he is in scoring position for the Crimson Tide. Again, with 2 outs, but Ollie losing the strike zone here. His last 6 of the last 7 pitches have been out of the strike zone. Make that 7 of the last 8. So you know that Craig will not be swinging here with a 3-0 count. Beautiful sounds of fire trucks here as well as they are at Gill Stadium. And ball 4. So 8 of the last 9 pitches have been out of the strike zone, and Ollie Service, not sure if it's the pollen that might be getting to him, if it's the heat, not sure, but he's got to be careful here with now runners at first and second, and we'll see what Cale Washburn can do. Cale was victim of the first strikeout in the first inning. And falls behind in the count with that first pitch strike. Now swings and fouls it back on a curveball. And see if Ollie goes for the fastball outside. You know it's going to be a junk pitch. It's just a matter of if Washburn can hit it or not. And they go upstairs on a curve that Washburn does not swing at. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Outside. Count now 2-2. Ten of the last 13 pitches have been a ball. Still a chance to get strike 3 here. And he gets some love from the ump and gets strike 3. So after losing his accuracy, Ollie Service still able to get Cale Washburn to fall for another strikeout. And no hits, no runs 2 walks, and we'll head to the bottom of the third right after this. Well, just as he did in the second inning, Tristan Hasselbeck will start things off in the third inning as well. And first pitch goes for a ball. And we'll see just how long they hold on to Brody Rossetti on the mound. Already with a 5-0 deficit are the Crimson Tide. Now fouled up, making the count go 1-1. Tristan flew out to center field on a great catch by Trevor Craig. See if he can go to a different player this time, because there was a good distance that he hit the ball. A beautiful curve that comes in. Hasselbeck. One, two. And he gets him swinging on a nasty pitch right there. So Rossetti seems to have gotten himself calmed down and gets the first out. But he did the same thing last inning before giving up those 4 runs. So we'll see what Cal Lucier can do. Cal is 1 for 1, having singled and scored. First pitch just misses. Nice curve that seems to be working really well against right-handed batters. Left-handed batters are able to see it a little differently. Now pop fly, calling for it, and getting that is the shortstop. And Cam Burbank gets the Crimson Tide their second out. So trying to avoid going 1, 2, 3. It's going to be up to Nolan Levine to have things go, and gets a little word from Cal Lucier about what to expect. And Levine, who walked his alone time up and scored a run, got that big steal that really kept things alive, takes the first pitch for a strike. Nolan has been on base his last 4 times up to bat. See what he does here for number 5. And he sends one up in the air, ranging maybe too far out, and able to get the catch. So a 1, 2, 3 inning. Didn't look easy, but able to finally come down and catch that was Tyler Mayo, and the Crimson Tide getting some energy. Going 1, 2, 3, go the Pioneers, and we'll head to the top of the 4th. More from Lemire Field here on Manchester Public Television after this. It'll be the 3, 4, 5 part of the lineup for the Crimson Tide here in the top of the 4th. And first pitch is a little wild here from Ollie Service, who has thrown now 11 balls out of the last 15 pitches. And Isaac Valancourt, the catcher, who has one of the few base runners, and now Tristan Hasselbeck throws it over Ollie Service, who has come in to catch in place of Hunter Henderson, who Hunter leaving the game due to an injury. Looking to see how he's doing. And now Valancourt sends it to center, but Kanzan Korn as catching that, making it look easy, not even having to move anywhere, was Mason Duvall. And Valancourt is retired, and 1 down for the Crimson Tide. Down 5-0. It's going to be Kalen Williams officially up for the 3rd time. Takes a first pitch. Kalen was the batter in the first before Valancourt was caught on the base paths. Came back in the second, struck out, and now Williams feels that pain. Williams was the victim of a strikeout in the second. We'll see what he does here in the 4th. And tips that into the mitt for strike 3. So after a little bit of worriness from Ollie Service, he comes back with a 3-pitch strikeout. And Pioneers feeling like they want to go 1-2-3 to the Crimson Tide, as the Tide had just done to the Pioneers to end the third. And jumping out of the way is Will Sims. Pitch just misses. Sims goes ahead in the count, 2-0. And make that 3. Sims grounded out to first base. His lone time up is 0 for 1. Now takes a strike there, so count goes 3-1. Service misses upstairs, and for just the third time in this game, the fourth time in this game, a base runner here for the Tide, with 3 out of the 4 coming on base on balls. And now a quick throw back to first, trying to get him lackadaisical. And now we'll see what Cam Burbank can do. A little check on first again. Cal Lucier says, "What up, man?" Pitches, bounces in for a ball. Great pickoff move here from Service. So obviously we saw it in the first, but has not been able to get Will Sims just yet. Now pop over towards the cars. A lot of handicapped spots over there. We're hoping that none of their cars are damaged today. As someone that has been a victim to a dent in their car because of a foul ball, I totally can relate. A strike on the outside corner. Burbank. Got to be careful here. 1-2. He fouls it into the cage again. See what Hasselbeck gives him for a sign. 1-2 count. And strike 3. So 3 straight innings with a strikeout to end the inning. And the Pioneers, with their 5-0 lead, will try to get their bats going after they've gotten 1-2-3. It'll be the likes of the 8-9-1 part of the lineup. Back with more here from Lemire Field on Manchester Public Television after this. Well, after coming into the game after the injury to Hunter Henderson, Connor Sturgis will get his first time into the batter's box here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch is outside to Connor. Sturgis wearing number 14. Certainly keeps his arms ready position, but thought that pitch wasn't going to be a strike. Count goes to 1-1. And another one that just curves back, and now on the ropes is Sturgis, so 1-2 count. You know, we've seen Brody Rossetti just get more and more comfortable throughout this game. And fouled out towards, it hits a car for sure. I could hear the sound from here as everyone looking that way. If it's a silver car, I'm not going to be very pleased. And does not check his swing and goes around for a strikeout. So Rossetti has now sat down the last 5 batters here. And now with 1 down, we will see what Mason Duvall can do. Mason popped out to the second baseman of Cale Washburn, takes a first pitch called a strike. Now, most of the Crimson Tide wears the yellow sleeves. Mason here wearing the green, and he laces one down the line. It's going a long ways. And it's called a foul ball. I was waiting for the Frank sign from home plate on if it was going to be fair or foul. And some great distance there from Mason, just a little bit too left and went foul. Now has to be careful with a 0-2 count. Now sends it the other way towards other cars. Running out of baseballs here at Lemire Field. Oh, 2 count still. Now sends this one out into left field. It dies in the grass and able to stay on first base for the first time today. Mason Duvall gets himself a beautiful single here. And now with the top of the lineup, things could get very interesting here for the Pioneers as Ollie Service is 1 for 2 on the day. Did have himself an RBI single his last time up. Came around and scored as well. See what Ollie can do to help his own cause again. A pickoff move to first. Mason was ready for that. Sun a little bit in the clouds here, so not a completely sunny day. Ollie jumps out of the way. Just 6 hits so far for the Pioneers through the first 3+ innings here. Again, leading this game 5-0. Pitch goes outside, and Mason gonna head to second. The throw will still be close, but will not be in time. And a pass ball gonna be given to Brody Rossetti. And Isaac Valancourt will have to be careful here, don't allow any more. Count now 2-0, and Rossetti fighting with this mound. Certainly a lot of digging goes on from the pitchers to get themselves comfortable with throwing against this rubber mound. Ball gets away here, and Valancourt still doesn't know where it is. He's looking at it and now trying to come around it. Smartly heading back is Duvall, who rounded third really quickly. Valancourt still had not a clue where it was, and after finding that, was able to flick it really quickly to the pitcher. And now Service most likely will not be swinging here on a 3-0 count, but anything's possible in the world of baseball. And it bounces in for ball 4, so Service is on for his second time after a 4-pitch base on balls. And Tristan Lucier, who's been on base twice, will try to do it for the third time. Doubled in the first, walked in the second. Waits for the first pitch. And pickoff move to first. Service standing there, but kind of losing the ball was Will Sims. Tough on the baseball, matches the sand on the field. So now Lucier still waits for his first pitch. Service takes off. No throw there from Valancourt. He does actually throw to third. A very close Duvall kind of standing there like, my goodness. So great arm on Valancourt here. But now with first base open, we'll see how they throw to Tristan Lucier. And stepping back off the mound. Sent out a long ways to right field. Ranging back. It hits off the fence. This will bring in 2 runs. Rounding second and a stand-up triple here for Tristan Lucier. My, oh my, is this guy hot right now. Just was probably about 8 inches away from a 3-run home run, but is still able to bring in 2 runs. And with just 1 down, they will stand at third base, and now the Crimson Tide will bring in a new pitcher, and Brody Rossetti's day will be through as he gave up 7 runs and will get a nice walk-off from his teammates as he did his part to get the victory. But right now, it'll be a new pitcher here for the Crimson Tide with a 7-0 deficit. Will give him a chance to warm up and get things squared away. So we'll be right back here on Manchester Public Television's baseball coverage from Lemire Field. Back with more after this. Alex Lewis, the new pitcher here for the Concord Crimson Tide, coming in for Brody Rossetti. And first pitch to Chris Centurino popped up around the first base line, is able to catch that. And now a sacrifice possible. The throw gets past Valancourt and able to come around. Mr. LL Cool J, Mama Say Knock You Out, is Tristan Lucier for the 8th run here for the Pioneers, who have now scored 3 in this 4th inning. But with 2 outs, we'll see what Connor Hurley can do to continue the fun. Connor, so far in this day, has had gone kind of tough. Grounded out his first time and flew out to center his second time. So is 0 for 2, and we'll see what he can do against the new pitcher, Alex Lewis. Lewis obviously has thrown 2 pitches, has already gotten 1 out. Pitch number 2. Inside. Connor was able to get back out of the way on that. Lewis looking like the Red Sox closer circa 2018. Really doing a good job here of throwing strikes, but has fallen behind in the count here, 2-1. And Hurl's got to be careful here with 2 down. A golf-type swing that was on the inside and not able to catch any part of the ball and goes for a strike. And Craig Kimbrell would be proud of what we're seeing out of Alex Lewis here. Let's see if he can come in and close out Connor Hurley on this pitch. Hurley fouls it off of himself, gets all the way to Lewis, and makes sure that Connor is okay. Obviously, it takes a lot of pucks in hockey that hurt as well, and now here he is hurting himself in baseball, as sports is a fun thing until you hurt yourself too much. And now 2-2 count. Just misses upstairs. And now the Concord coach is not pleased with that. It's been a strike call for most of the game, but now has somehow changed now with a new pitcher. And that will go for strike 3. So Alex Lewis comes in, 2 batters, 2 outs, and retires the Pioneers, but not before 3 runs come around. That big RBI triple by Tristan Lucier does the work, as we'll head to the top of the 5. The Pioneers 8, Crimson Tide 0. Back with more after this. And back here from Lemire Field for this NHIAA Division I baseball game between the Concord and Trinity. Crimson Tide down 8-0. We'll see what they can do here with Ollie Service still on the mound. First pitch was fouled. Second one goes for a strike. And now falling down in the count is Patrick Owen. Pitch just a bit outside there as Owen is 0 for 1 in today's game. Flew out to center field in the third. So we'll see what he does here in the fifth with a 1-2 count. And does not swing at that, and he should have, as Ollie Services gets him watching the game. It's a beautiful game to watch, but when you got the bat in hand, you got to swing away. And now one down for the new spot here for Alex Lewis. He went from pitching, and now he's going to be hitting here, coming in to replace Brody Rossetti, and takes the first pitch for a strike. Rossetti grounded out to Connor Hurley, his lone time up. And now Lewis falls down in the count 0-2. Has to be careful here. And he swings at a high heater. And Ollie, who had some control issues for a little bit, seems to be in command here with 2 consecutive strikeouts. And we'll see what he can do against Tyler Mayo. Mayo really was one of the guys that started the issues here for Ollie with a base on balls back in the third inning before being stranded at second base. Mayo, one of the 4 Tide batters who have been on base, and Hasselbeck and Service are moving quick here. Fouled over the fans towards the street here. So a 1-2 count. Service, 4 consecutive innings, ending with a third out strikeout and a 1-2-3 inning as the Pioneers look to end this game here. Just got to score 2 runs, and it will be over here with a mercy rule, and we'll see what they can do. It'll be the likes of Tristan Hasselbeck, Cal Lucier, and Noel Levine due up back here from Lemire Field after this. Tristan Hasselbeck will start things off here for the Pioneers, looking to just score 2 runs. And we'll see what the big man can do here, who has gone from playing the outfield to now catching. He is 0 for 2 in the game, and love to change that here with the one swing of the bat. And he fouls one up out of play here as the fans weren't sure it was going to hit. It was hit off a tree. And now count goes to 1-1. And the pitch out popped back towards the handicapped cars. Well, the cars with handicapped placards, I should say. Obviously, we don't have handicapped cars. So now running out of baseballs here. And now we have to quickly get one. And Isaac Valancourt has been replaced in this contest, so we do have a new catcher for the Crimson Tide. And I believe it is Lucas Golden. A 1-2 count. Now sent out to right field, down the line, running a long ways, and unable to catch it, but it goes for a foul ball. And we've had all sorts of defensive changes here as Wyatt Rockwell now playing out in left field. And Will Sims has left the first base position and is now a Tommy Weaver who is at first base. So, but obviously Alex Lewis, baby Kimbrell, trying to get himself a strikeout. Misses outside. So 2-2 count. Hasselbeck looking up at the scoreboard, seeing that it's wrong. wants to make sure that he gets the right sign. Now, ready to go. Lewis, the pitch. And it gets him looking on a nasty curve. And looking at what Lewis has done since he's come in, he's put down 3 straight batters. And now we're going to have some replacements here. And Levi Locke will come in and replace Cal Lucier. So we'll see what Levi can do here. Wearing number 16, hitting from the left side of the batter's box, wearing the Michael Jordan cleats. And it's a first pitch grounded to Tommy Weaver, who steps on the bag for the second out. So really been a great move here by the Crimson Tide to bring in a relief pitcher, as Alex Lewis has really settled down and shut down the Pioneers. And now we'll see if they can go 6 up, 6 down, or excuse me, 4 up, 4 down. First pitch outside. And I believe this one is number 15. I don't have on my sheet here, so it is Kanan Locke. They have him listed here as 31, and he fouls one out towards the construction area here at Dairyfield Park. So I'm not sure if he likes wearing 31 or 15, but either way, let's see if he can send one away. 1 ball, 1 strike. And fouls one back towards the cars again. Frank Sace needs some baseballs. They've not been able to return to the field in a timely manner, with a lot of players chasing them around. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And upstairs. Count now 2-2. Locke taps both sides of the plate here, see if it works for his bat. And now it goes full. Connor Sturgis on deck. Three balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. And now sent out, and he gets himself a single out to right field. And I'm not sure if we can keep that ball, but Locke would certainly like that, as his teammates celebrated wholeheartedly with him sending that out to right field for a single. So the inning continues here, and we'll see what Connor Sturgis can do. Connor struck out his lone time up to bat. And now we got a little bit of a delay of game as the ball went out of play with a pickoff move. And the umpires want to come over and chat here. So everyone kind of comes together to figure out what they do. Concord wants some clarification for things as well. Coach with a nice spiral, throwing the ball over. And finally, the clarification is there. The ball went too far out of play. And that's why you see Locke at second base. So, quick pat on the back, and we're going to get another new pitcher here, as unfortunate here to see the end of Alex Lewis, who has come in and really done damage here to the Pioneers lineup, but he will take a seat back on the bench and we'll get a new pitcher here. Tammy Skatsians of the Concord Crimson Tide comes in, the third pitcher for the Concord squad today, as you will see what he could do with 2 outs. First pitch is high and outside, and Connor Sturgis will be patient here, trying to possibly end this contest. Takes a pitch on the outside corner. One count. Make it 2-1. First base is available here. Mason Duvall on deck if need be. Ball gets away, and this allows quick throw to third. Is not in time. And locked now to third. 3-1 count now. See what Connor decides to do here. Hitters count. Swing and a miss. A nice fastball. So count goes full. And upstairs, so runners will be at the corners as a 2-out walk, and the Pioneers with runners at the corners now. We'll see what Mason can do. Taken off on the first pitch. The throw is wild. It goes all the way out to center field. So able to score that 9th run. A throwing error on the catcher. And now moving up just 90 feet. Or just 90 feet away here is now Connor Sturgis. Inside that Mason gets out of the way of. Mason just needs a single here to end this game. And it's called a strike. Mason singled in the 4th. Popped out to second base in the 2nd. We'll see what he can do here in the 5th. As he sends one down to third base. The throw across is in time. And the run does not come around. So we will head to the 6th inning. 1 run does come around, but the Crimson Tide on the ropes now. Down 9-0. We'll be back for the 6th right after this. For the 3rd time in this contest, we'll have a Craig versus Service battle here, as Ollie with the first pitch a little high and inside for ball 1. Trevor is 0 for 1 officially. Did walk his last time. Also grounded out to Nolan Levine at third base. So now Ollie, after having a sensational 5th inning, striking out all 3 batters, has fallen behind in the count. Able to throw a strike there, so a 3-1 count. As Craig had a phenomenal hockey season as well, with the Crimson Tide winning the championship, and we'll see if they are able to do anything here in the baseball world. But with a 7-10 record, they got to get things going, and with a leadoff walk, we'll see what Cale Washburn can do. Cale has gone down by way of the K his 2 times up to bat, and fouls the first one over the trees and everything out towards the cars. So 1 strike. upstairs. The count goes now 1-1. Kale pops it up in the air. Hits hard off the cement. Washburn, got to be careful here. 2 strikes on him. And called strike 3. So Washburn falls 3 times by way of the strikeout. And now the new catcher comes into play. We'll see what he can do here with his first time up to bat. As Lucas Golden will look to get things going, but takes a first pitch for a strike. Just misses outside. Swing and a miss, so falling down the count. Now a little ground ball. This could be a 1-6-3 double play. Ollie servers Sir Connor Hurley, and they are able to get things going. So after a leadoff walk, no runs, no hits, no errors, and it'll be the Pioneers looking to end this in the 6th. They just got to get one more run, and it'll be the top of the lineup with Service, Lucier, and Centurino due up. Back with more after this. Ollie Service steps in the batter's box here in the bottom of the 6th, looking to continue to get himself a higher OBP. He has singled and walked in this game. Also lined out to Cale Washburn at second base, his first time up. So looking to get on base for the 3rd time. And Tammy Skatsian's very different type pitching here than what we've seen throughout the day. Alex Lewis, who pitched a great game, and Ollie, you know that way after you swing and you lean back after, you're not happy with yourself. So you can know that. We'll see if he can do better on this pitch. Just misses outside. Now Service, who certainly has some speed. See if he can get on base. A 3-1 count. Inside, but called a strike, and Ollie was ready to break that bat over his knee if it was wood. And high upstairs, and Ollie able to get himself another walk, his 2nd of the day, and we'll see what they do with him on the base paths. Again, this Lucas Golden has only tried to throw out one runner here and it end up in center field. So we'll see if they send Ollie on the first pitch. Gonna hold off as Tristan Lucier. Tristan's got a double, triple, and a walk. Apparently does not like first base today. Has scored twice in this game. See if he gets himself another triple here that would end the game. Obviously, the right field a little different here. Oh, pops one high up in the air, and this will just be out of play here. So close. Lucas Golden trying his hardest here. Well, just lands outside of the confines of Lemire Field. Look over at first. Upstairs. Tristan has 10 touches of bases so far in this contest, with scoring twice. And now he skies one out towards the gap, ranging over and able to come down with that. So one down here, and for the first time in this game, And just the second time in 2 days is Tristan Lucier is out. And we'll look forward to seeing what he can bring the next 2 days as well, as just the second game of 4 in a row here on Manchester Public Television for the Trinity Pioneers. Now Chris Centurino taking off. The throw is out into center field again, and now Service will slide his way over to third and is just 90 feet away from ending today's game. So Chris can get himself the game-winning hit if he connects. He's already got... Oh, hits out there, and that will be your ball game. Centurino sends it into right, and Ollie Service comes across the plate for the 10th run. And for the second straight day, the Trinity Pioneers use the mercy rule and win this by a game score of 10-0. Scoreboard says opposite. It is 10 and not 9. But either way, we look forward to seeing what will happen with this Trinity Pioneers squad as they are looking to get some help with the playoffs to get to that second seed. And time will tell with what happens there, but we look forward to seeing what they do. Total running time for this game, 1 hour and 53 minutes. And for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lahr, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, my name is Kyle Heavey. The Off the Mark Sports Player of the Game will go to the winning pitcher, going 6 innings and scoring that winning run, and that will be Ollie Service. And we'll see what he does with the rest of the season here. But thank you all very much for watching. Again, the Pioneers win by mercy again, and we'll see what they can do tomorrow. Thank you all very much for watching. We'll see you again soon.